Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, we're gonna talk about element number 5, the shape proportion. Okay, so there's a difference between shape sizes and shape proportion. Okay, we're gonna talk about this in this video and in the next one. Okay, so right now let's focus on shape proportions. Is the fifth element of the 9 we're covering in this little series. So let's check this example. The best way to learn is with an example. So in here we have a reference that Mohanad used to draw and do a reference drawing, right? You have a picture and then you copy it. So the problem was a shape proportion. Let's look at it. This is from Boku No Hero Academia, and this is the main character, right? And then he did a reference drawing. Now, as you can see, in the reference, in his drawing, there's a problem with the proportion. Can you guess what it is? Maybe if you have enough visual intelligence, you can notice it. But if not, this can go like it happened with Mohanad. He was like, oh, I don't know, maybe the eyes are too big. Okay, here's the thing. Look, the eyes in this character are big too, in this drawing, I mean. And in here, the eyes are bigger, but here's the thing. This is how, it's important to know how to measure each one of the elements. In this case, the way you measure it is with a square. You need to understand the proportions of a shape with a square. So let's see what the mistake was in here. So if I take a square, right, just as I'm sketching a square right here, you can see that this side, if I was to rotate it, it would go around here, right? So as you can see, if I was to create a perfect square in here, I would have this extra space, right? So look at the proportion. This is the shape proportion. This part in relation to a perfect square. Okay? Now, check out this difference. That is around 70% of that shape, right? Now, let's check this one. And you will see what I mean with shape proportion. Look, this is vertically is shorter. Can you see? So if I was to take this line and sketch out a circle, you can see that, well, this is sketching, but a perfect square, you can see the difference, right? This one has smaller eyes, right? So as you can see in here, the proportion is around 80%. If we take, well, actually, no, it's actually like 85 because I'm visualizing this divided in 4. So yeah, it's more like 75% probably, right? So in here is only like 1/4 bigger, and the other one, this one, is too big. The eyes are too long. And the way to notice it is by drawing a rectangle around it, and then you can compare the shape of the rectangles, right? So check out again. This rectangle is longer than this one. This one is shorter. Can you notice the difference? So once Mohanad was able to see this, he was able to create a better reference drawing with that correction. Okay? So shape proportion is just how long or wide are you doing the drawing of the same part of a reference, but maybe you're making it a little bit longer or a little bit wider. And the way to notice that is by drawing a rectangle. For obviously, if you're doing this on a piece of paper, you do it very, very soft. You do it very softly. And if you're using digital drawing, which if you're doing digital drawing is because you have a screen tablet in which you can see. Remember, I recommend you don't use, I'll put it away. I recommend you don't use the Wacom Intuos, okay? But if you're doing it digitally, then you can just put another layer and draw that rectangle in there. So that's it. Now in the next video, we're gonna talk about the shape sizes, which also affects the proportion of the whole character. But there's two different types of proportions. One is the shape in relation to the reference, and the other is that shape in relation to other elements of the character in that same drawing. Okay? So see you in the next video.